We are live. We are here on Facebook and all sorts of other things, LinkedIn, YouTube, all over the place. You are with Colonel Garth Massey with the Command Ready program, and my new internet friend, Liz Hartman, a former Marine and veterans advocate and financial planner. And we met on social media. She was promoting a lot of veteran stuff. And so we thought we'd take this opportunity to do what Marines do best. We are an amphibious fighting force, and there is a beachhead on the soul of every other Marine. And so my policy has always been, you get 5 minutes, and then what you do with it is up to you. So Liz, nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you too.
And I don't want to get too far without talking about your Veterans Day event, because if you follow Liz at all, you've got to know about the 22-mile hike you just did. So please tell us a little bit about that.
So American Legion Post 539, I'm the vice commander of our local American Legion post. And we identified that there is a generational gap, shocker, in most American Legion posts and most VFW posts. And we wanted to really focus on a generation that isn't focused on. They are facing their own battles and their own demons. So we wanted to start a program to help vets coming home, active duty military, to ensure they always have a battle buddy. As we all know, it's not even 22 veterans a day who take their lives. It's like 31.5. It's increasing. I heard at an event recently that it's increased 20% this year. There's a million reasons why someone takes their lives. That last moment, it's a drug addiction, it's alcohol dependency, it's a divorce, it's losing a child. There's a million things. We can't fix all of them, but what we can do is get you one person who gets it through and through and who has faced those exact same demons. So we all hiked 22 kilometers in the pouring rain, raised some money, wore 22 pounds. And now every single month, 2 veterans will be able to eat burgers together at Bureau Army Burger Company in New Bern and talk about their demons and face them together and get one another through.
Well, and it's important, right? I mean, especially in this telework world. We were talking about this right before we hit live. If you are alone out there somewhere, because what we're looking at here, in fact, the post that brought my attention to you is you put something up about, it doesn't matter what your rank was in the military. And I put down like mindset matters, and then got a ton of responses to the comment that was just part of your better post. And the whole idea that your rank, it has a ton of useful things, and it certainly implies a difference or a gap in training or exposure. Like I have in 25 years done more repetitions of certain leadership-y things, but it doesn't take away any potential, and it doesn't take away any energy. And so like your program there, 22 vets get together and have a burger and a beer. That's huge. That's 22 lives that are connected. So I think it's kind of cool when I see all of these small, growing groups. There's actually over 50,000 veteran nonprofits in the U.S., if you can believe that.
Incredible.
501c3s. And I run a nonprofit called Veterans for American Business Development, VABD.org. And companies that like hiring vets can just for free list their website, and they put their little logo on the website. And I'll put a link actually in the comments below, but VABD.org.
And so then people can go through them and find their link to their website and apply.
Yeah, it's easy. It's
awesome.
There's 8 questions. Nobody's going to call you. You're not on a spam list. But what it does is it's a smaller list than Google. So what it tells you is someone has taken the time to load their URL and say, hey, if you're a veteran, you apply here, you got a shot. And you can shift it by industry, like if you're into construction or technology or advertising or consulting, and it moves around that way. So let's talk about your transition then too. I mean, you served in the Marine Corps, and now you are working as
financial advisor with Edward Jones. Yes.
Edward Jones. Well, it's a good company. How's that been?
It's been wonderful. So when I got out of the Marine Corps, I worked for Department of State doing international finance programs.
Okay.
I focused on a program that aimed at facilitating cooperation between the Middle East and Israel. And so that was really exciting. I'm glad you laughed.
No, it's working. It's coming together. There's peace deals everywhere.
Oh, it was all Liz Hartman, guys. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, that was really fun. I really wanted to spend more time with my family though. So I decided to make the jump to private finance so that I could control my schedule. And it's been a blessing. There's something about, we all have had those bills where it weighs on us. And there's something so cool about being able to literally see the person you're talking to, like take the weight off their shoulders and know they're going to be okay. So it has been a wonderful job to have.
Yeah. And I find actually that, so for the vets out there, you have a superpower and you might not even know it. Um, and anyone can do it, but the military gives you this power, and it's the ability to do the grind. So your industry's tough, right? And it's never about crossing a finish line. It's always about the process, which actually is the same, with the 22 veterans deal. Like, it's about the process. It's about putting in the work and getting up, putting on the uniform. Like, we're all teleworking, right? So my number one advice to people is always put on pants.
Absolutely.
Everybody's, here up.
Get out of your pajamas.
And get out of your pajamas. Comb your hair, shave. I guess it's Movember, so you can grow like a nice stash.
Gosh.
But
This is such an important note. When I was a little girl, my mom told me that Oprah, and it stuck with me my whole life. Oprah says, if you look good, you feel good. So get out of your jammies and put on a full outfit.
Right. And that's a benefit that vets have. Like, you got out, you worked for a big organization. Now you're working in a big organization as an individual, I assume.
Yes.
Right. So that's strong. And you're helping other people, but you do it through a process. I'm the same way. I run training programs, and, individuals and groups come together, but unless I am getting up and doing the work every morning, putting on the uniform, making the phone calls, answering the emails, people don't log in. They don't know that it exists.
Yeah.
But you also said something that I've struggled with. So I joined the American Legion here. I got mobilized for the last 2 years. I haven't been to a meeting in 2 years. I didn't go to a lot of meetings before. And, I'm closer to the average age of the American Legion than you certainly are. But how is it adjusting, and how is it changing? Because, it gets a bad rap sometimes as being sort of an older generation, or not having the same utility for younger veterans coming out. Like, should they join? Why should they join?
Absolutely, they should join. It does get a bad rap. And I've got to be honest, I'm sure there are posts that are a little more reluctant to change. But if you go into it understanding its purpose, and that at the core of its purpose is education, teaching one another, helping the community, you want to do more. For instance, the American Legion is actually responsible for the GI Bill. They originally lobbied Congress, wrote that legislation. This is a massive organization that has had a huge impact. With our post, recently we were approached by a different organization, the Vietnam Veterans Association of America, because the local chapter, they realize they're all dying off. It's terrible to say, but they're hitting an age. And so there has to be us, there has to be the Garths, there has to be the Lizes who step up, join these organizations, overcome the challenges so that we can continue to educate Americans.
Right.
As I'm sure you know, like, the military is so insular now. It's a generational, it's a family thing. It's a family job.
Yeah.
And that gap between military and civilian is growing bigger and bigger. So it's up to us to pick up the torch and teach one another. So heck yeah, join and get back to those meetings.
I think you have to join and go.
Yes, you have to go. You cannot just join.
And frankly, do things. So my Legion has, and a lot of them are like this, they own property, right? So my Legion has a bar and a restaurant almost upstairs with a commercial kitchen, and they don't use it, or they didn't use it. And so we just called every vet we knew, and we said, hey, on Thursday night, vets, come out and let's just hang out, and had such a great time. And it wasn't a huge crowd, 50, 60 people.
That's a phenomenal crowd.
I mean, we're in Pasadena, so, tapped into a big LA network. And I have the good fortune of knowing a lot of vets here, more than just Marines even.
I would hope so.
And it was good, and the energy was good, and it was so unlike other meetings that they'd done there. And I think that night, like 15 people signed up, and it's cheap.
It really is. The dues are too low. If anyone's listening to this, they need to be increased.
But I think that involvement or that engagement is what we're missing right now. As we do distancing and everything goes virtual. I was thrilled to see you, and you put that, I don't know what diner you were at, but where you had your Christmas tree, everyone was wearing red and green
yes!
all the way back. That was a fantastic post. But the age group there, like bringing together people who frankly might not have as much human contact except their association with the Legion. But then there were young people there too who were tying in, and there is so much to be said about gaining the value of mentorship and the value of a network. And I don't know, it fired me up. I just wanted to call and say hi, and then make anybody who's watching on our channels to listen to this. I think it's a simple message. If you are a military service member, you got to get involved in the community, and then just recognize the power of the process. Like,
Absolutely.
take all those military lessons of getting up and doing the work and revel in it, like enjoy it.
There's no reason you shouldn't be ready to go to work every day. Enjoy what you're doing and find a group.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. So what we're going to do, we'll keep these short, but I'll link all of Liz's contact info. If you are looking for a financial advisor who's, getting started and probably, well, I know you have great products because your company's good, but, give her shoot a direct message
all the time.
Yeah. And then reach out and connect with a group. It doesn't matter if it's, American Legion, VFW, whatever it is, but find one, because if there are 50,000, that means there are a lot of organizations, just one or two members, and we can do better. Like, let's start working collaboratively. Let's start bringing some of our efforts together. So congratulations on your 22-kilometer hike with 22 pounds. I'm glad you didn't make it like 22 kilograms. That would feel like cheating.
We looked at it to keep the kilos even. I was like, that's like 50 pounds. We're not doing that. So.
Well, you do. I mean, 22 kilometers. I don't know why you went all metric on the hike. Should have been 22 miles.
It was 22 miles originally. I feel embarrassed to even announce that, but then we're like, let's do 22 kilos until the second annual.
Yeah, maybe on the next one you'll add a couple more miles, because that's like 12, 13 miles.
It was 14.6 all said and done.
14.6 is still that's a big hike. I don't know that I have boots that are ready for that right now. So
no boots were. We were all soaked. It was fun.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it rained, because if it's not raining,
we ain't training.
That's right. Liz, great to meet you. Semper Fi. Happy birthday. Happy Veterans Day. Please like and share. If you haven't ever seen Liz before, go check out her page and follow her posts as well. She's got a lot of good veteran outreach stuff going on the East Coast especially. And thank you for taking the time to talk too.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Garth.
Yep. All right. We're out of here.